Hi everyone, it's Shay, and this is my quiz review for this week's quiz, or last week rather. Alright, so I'm going to be going over question 11. It says in Stevens v. Jones, one of the litigants argued that the driver and the passenger of the automobile at issue were engaged in a joint enterprise at the time of the collision. Did that argument succeed? Why or what not? So my answer to that question is the first one that you see that's indicated. It says the argument failed because the driver and the passenger were engaged in personal errands rather than business ventures. So let's go to the case that I have pulled up on Westlaw. I found my answer here. It says it is obvious that the trip to the garage sale in this case was purely pleasurable and that the appellee and her daughter did not share a business relationship. Therefore, we affirm the trial court's refusal to make a special instruction on the question of a joint enterprise. However, the appellant makes a much more forceful argument concerning a possible master-servant relationship between the appellee and her daughter. With respect to the question of master-servant relationship between family members, the restatement of agency has this to say: a child can pursue his or her own private affairs as distinguished from the business of his parent, and if in doing so he is using the family automobile by permission of his father, he is in a position of a bailiff rather than a servant. A child, however, may be the servant of his parent in driving an automobile in pursuance of his parents' orders or in his parents' business. If, for instance, a minor son is driving the family automobile with his father in the back seat, it is inferred that because of the ownership and the parental relation, the parent has such control as causes him to be the master for this purpose. If a child drives the family automobile not in pursuit of a private purpose of its own, but at the request of some other family member, as for example, where the mother requests the son to drive her to town, it may be found that the child is substantially in the position of a family chauffeur for whose torts the head of the family is subject to liability. So they basically said that the master-servant relationship may exist between members of a family without the formality of an employment agreement. But in this case, because they were traveling to a yard sale and not, specifically carrying out any specific business, they were solely traveling for what they called pleasurable reasons. That's why it wasn't a master-servant relationship. So that's how I came about deciding my answer for question 11. And that's it. So I hope you follow my train of thought, and I hope maybe you probably learned something. Thanks.